Here we are, day 5 of the Glow Up Challenge. Welcome back. You stuck it out. I'm so proud of you all. You know, each day has been a stepping stone, and I've kind of deliberately laid it out in a very specific structure. I hope that it has helped you in terms of just kind of pulling in the information that you need, some of it familiar, but organizing it in a way that is a little bit more process oriented, which a lot of you feel more comfortable with. And because you start out with a process to get you kind of into something that's like a new paradigm, a new way of thinking. And then as you get more familiar with it, then you can have a little bit more freedom. So each day has been meant to be a stepping stone towards your vision. And you should be really proud of yourself for committing to the process. So let's recap this week. Day 1, we began by learning the art of letting go, understanding that it's a key element in your journey towards motherhood. Releasing stress, self-doubt, and negative beliefs, that's going to be the foundation for creating an environment where your baby can thrive. And I had you practice letting go with the train meditation. That was kind of the big takeaway of day 1. And then on the second day, we moved from meditation into visualization, where you use visualization to help you focus on what you want rather than what's missing. And that's really where the power is that you are deliberately spending time visualizing, imagining, and putting your attention on what you want. And that's going to be the key to manifesting your dreams. So and then the other thing about the visualization is that a great power about it is that it helps as a way to open your heart. And then we moved into day 3, which was about breaking free from the limiting beliefs that can hold you back. By challenging the limiting beliefs, you create space for new opportunities. Your ability to believe in yourself can redefine what's possible. And I want to make a distinction between what's possible and what's realistic. Many of you are on the let's be realistic boat rather than what's possible boat. The captain of the let's be realistic boat, it's going to be your mind and your logic. You want to picture that captain as a robot, because like a computer, it can only reshuffle existing information that meaning you, meaning your mind, has been exposed to. And then from those existing pieces, make a logical case for your problem. So it's really only using the information that you already have on hand. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You're only working with these set pieces, and that's it. On the other hand, the what's possible boat is captained by your heart and intuition. And it takes into account the existing knowledge, which is what we just talked about, the stuff that you're being exposed to, that you bring in through your 5 senses, through what you read and see, what you hear from other people, what you personally experience. But it also has access to infinite intelligence, or God, or whoever your higher power is. And for me, and the way that I like to describe it, it's more of a magician than a robot, than a computer. And because it's a magician, it can alchemize what's available, whether it's known consciously, unconsciously, subconsciously, or what's out there in the infinite potential. It can alchemize all of that and transform and transmute all of that and what's available to create something that's brand new. And that's the beauty of what's possible. And you want to always keep in mind that having a baby is the most magical process that your body has the ability to do, bar none. That's actually the reason why I love this work, because I've been fascinated by how 2 cells come together to create an entire human being. That has fascinated me since I was a kid. And that's why I'm specialized in this field. Like it has driven me because of that. And I know I'll never be able to understand it, but what I do know is it is magical. And we will never know what goes into it. We will never know every aspect of it. We can know a small part of it, and that's what Western medicine tries to do, is to manipulate that part that we do understand. And that is great. And that's what they're good at. But man, there's like 99% of the rest that's available to you, that you have access to, and it's all within you. And that's what I want you to know and really trust in, is you have that knowledge. It's locked inside of you. And I bet it's telling you how to move forward, but maybe you're dismissing it. Maybe you don't think it's technological enough. Maybe you don't think it's sexy enough. Maybe you don't think it's complicated enough, because oftentimes it can seem too simple, like too simple of an approach. And so the tendency is to just kind of create more, overcomplicate it. But I'm telling you right now, your body is able to give you the information if you're willing to tap into it and listen to it. So it's one thing to listen, to hear it, and then to actually move on the guidance. So you're going to have to be able to bridge that gap. All right. In day 4, you transform the limiting beliefs into powerful affirmations, and I gave you a rather unique structure for them. I hope you enjoyed that process, and just try it out. You know, many of you have done affirmations, and maybe this doesn't work for you. It's okay. Just try a different way. Keep your mind open, and then see how your world shifts. Again, I recommend, and I said this early on, I recommend trying these techniques in other areas of your life so you can see how those areas that you're not as emotionally attached to respond. They generally respond faster and more precisely because you don't have the attachment. So you can do this way of affirmations in different areas of your life, and just test and experiment. Be curious about what works for you, because it's going to be different for every person. Okay, so with the affirmations, you started upgrading your subconscious software with beliefs that align with your journey. These beliefs that you have, these thoughts that you have, they can be changed. And I always want you to remember that. You always have the choice. You have free will to choose something else. You can choose to feel better in the moment. You can. It's your choice how you want to feel. It's completely up to you. No one's dictating that to you. So it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to feel better about your situation. It's completely up to you. Okay. So now moving forward, here, I would recommend a few steps. And so here are my recommendations. Number 1, continue practicing the skills and the techniques that we've explored together in the past few days. Consistency is the key to rewire your mind and align your emotions with your desires. This isn't something that you learn once and then you're done. It's not like riding a bike or learning to swim, where once you learn the skill, you can go back to it even 10 years, decades later, and you pick it up right where you left off. It doesn't work that way. It's more like working out. You have to continue with it. You keep going to the gym, or you do your exercise routine, or whatever it is, to maintain that muscle mass, to maintain that flexibility, to maintain whatever gain you got from the exercise. Because if you don't, you'll lose the muscle mass, you'll lose the flexibility. You're going to lose whatever it is that you got from your workout routine, and you go back to square one. This is exactly the same way. You have to practice and be consistent with it. In fact, I would say, and the way that I treat it, it's a lifestyle. I have a lifestyle that's geared around law of attraction and manifestation, and that's how I live. And it's not something that came overnight. I gradually moved into it as I became more comfortable and more confident with the results. And that's the way that you should treat it as well. A lot of people kind of have this expectation of going back again to you just learning it once and then you're done with it. A lot of people have this expectation that they're going to learn these techniques and then they're going to be perfect right out the gate. It just doesn't happen that way. It's just really unrealistic. It's a skill set that will get better and easier and faster with time. Okay? Like playing the piano or playing an instrument. You just become more skilled at it. Okay? So that's number 1, just continue to practice. Number 2 is keep creating and using the positive affirmations that support your baby journey. Upgrade whenever they feel too limiting, right? And that's actually why I had to do the third person, because at some point it's going to feel a little too small for you. You're going to want to go beyond that and think bigger. It may not seem like that now, but you will. You're going to want to think bigger and beyond it. So that's so you want to give yourself that ability and that freedom to do that. And this will help to further reinforce your belief in yourself as your affirmations start to get bigger and broader, and oftentimes actually less specific. And because as you do this work, you actually become less attached to the outcome. That's just kind of a natural byproduct. And so you're able to flow with life a lot more easily. And instead of wanting very specific things, they become preferences. You want to manifest, you affirm more the emotional aspects of it rather than the things, rather than the physical manifestations. And that's actually what will typically happen if you continue on this path. So number 3, the next one would be to dive deeper into self-discovery and dig out any remaining limiting beliefs. You can go back to yesterday's video and listen to what some of the other women shared, as they might be your beliefs as well. They just might be a little bit more hidden. And so that's why I asked and invited women to share their limiting beliefs. And I really want to thank them for doing that, because they're putting themselves out there for that, for you. And so take advantage of that. Listen to the video. Is what they're saying resonating with you and triggering you? Because then it's probably something that you also internally believe as well. And then that way, once you become aware of it, then you can shift it, because you have to be aware of what's holding you back in order for you to make any changes, right? And make different choices. Okay. Number 4, focus on what you want and keep your heart open to the possibility. Remember, it's the energy of the present that shapes your future. Don't bring your past into the present, because the pain that you've associated, the discomfort that is with it, whatever it is that's wrapped around your past, that you've associated with your past, it's going to start infecting your present. And I use that word very deliberately. It's infecting. It is infecting. And it's going to steer you off course, because we typically don't bring our past in as a good thing. It's usually more as a painful reminder. And so you have to be aware of that. If you want to bring in your past, bring in the good memories. That I'm totally cool with. Do that all day long. That's awesome, because that'll raise your frequency. But that's not how we're usually built, and that's not how we usually use our memories, right? So if you're going to use your memories, use them in a good way. Use them in a way that's going to support you, that's going to benefit you. Think about the things that you love and the experiences that you had with your loved ones, with your family, with your partner, like your wedding day, I don't know, whatever it is, bring those in instead of the painful ones. Be more selective about what you think about and what you remember, because every time you bring up the past history, the frustrations, the regrets, you start to steer off course. And even if it's 1 degree off course, it's like the plane metaphor analogy. Like if a plane is 1 degree off course and doesn't self-correct, if it maintains that 1 degree off course at a certain point, it's never going to reach the destination. So that's why you have to have the constant correction, the constant correcting. And that constant correction only comes from self-awareness. And so going back to all those steps, right? So those are the 4 steps that I would really recommend. Just number 1, just practicing. Number 2, using the affirmations. And number 3, really digging out any remaining limiting beliefs that you may have, or new ones that may crop up, because that can happen as well. And then number 4, just focusing on what you want. Go easy on yourself. This is a process. It's a journey. You're not going to be perfect. That's not the point of it. The point of it is for you to learn. That's it. All of these are lessons for you to learn from, so that you can make better decisions. This is not about being perfect. This is about being better. So be 1 degree better. Use that 1 degree to your advantage. Okay. So if you enjoy doing this with me, here's the exciting part. Your glow up journey, it doesn't have to end here. If you want to dive deeper into the art of letting go and discover even more transformative techniques, because I have more, I have something special in store for you. You made it all the way to day 5, which means that you resonate with what I've shown you. And because this material has helped you bring more awareness of what's blocking you on your baby journey, you're ready for more. Because staying at this level probably won't be enough for you. It's going to feel like, I think I need more. Well, there is more. And by now, you probably realize that having a guide like me can give you shortcuts and collapse your learning curve. So I invite you to join me on a 2-month adventure, because it will be adventure, to dive deeper into releasing your limiting beliefs and blocks. And it's in a new program that I call the Believe to Conceive program. It's specifically designed to dissolve your obstacles. I'm going to teach you a lot of stuff, including more tools to release negative thoughts and beliefs, stress management techniques to help you build resilience and emotional mastery, create an internal state of trust in self-belief and confidence. You're going to learn how to free yourself from the stress and anxiety of perfectionism, which afflicts many of us, and I include that as in that category as well. You're also going to learn how to heal past wounds and traumas that may be holding you back. And then for some of you, this would be applicable in helping you to break free of the victim mentality so that you feel more in control. You're also going to develop a deeper connection with your body, learning to let go of self-judgment, guilt, grief, shame, and really so that you can give yourself a blank slate, a fresh start. The great thing about doing this work is that you're going to be able to nurture happiness, self-love, and a sense of support from the universe. And so when you're working with me in this setting, we're going to establish a personalized self-care routine to prioritize your well-being. And I'm going to help you understand your fertility options as well so that you can make more and maybe better, more informed choices for success. We're going to cover all of that. We're going to cover that and more. We're going to start on Tuesday, October 24th, which is not next week, but the week after at 12 noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. London. And we'll finish at the end of December because it's a 2-month program. I'm going to hold the calls live, but recordings will be available if you can't join us at that time. Your investment is going to be $497. This is the only time that it will be live because it's going to become a digital program. Once all of the recordings are done, I'm doing this because I need to get the recordings, and I prefer doing it with people, working with people. So the exciting part about it is that you will be in the first cohort and the only live group. So you're going to get help from me. You're going to help form this course, which means all of your questions will be answered personally because it's going to be extremely important for me to address every person's concern. In the future, it's going to be completely digital. So I'm not going to be as available as I will be for this first group. It's not going to be that way. What's on the other side of the program? Is freedom. That's really what it is. The freedom to be who you want to be, to claim whatever you want. And most importantly, to me, I think that's the most important thing, is to feel contentment, to feel peace and ease, no matter what the external circumstances are. Because you're going to learn how to intentionally generate any desired emotional state that you want. And that ability is priceless, because that's a superpower that you can take with you into any situation at all. Your baby journey, your relationships, work, family, whatever it is. Life becomes magical. It becomes abundant. It's fun, and it's filled with appreciation and gratitude. So if that's how you want to feel on your baby journey, I'm going to show you how. We start in a week and a half. And so I'm going to give you the link to register, and I'm going to put that in the chat in just a minute. If you have any further questions beyond what's on the website, you can email support@mybabyafter40.com. 40 is the number 40. And my assistant, Michelle, can answer general questions. If she can't answer them, she'll forward them to me so that I can answer you. Okay? I'm super incredibly proud of each one of you for getting to this point. Just keep shining and allow your journey to just unfold so that it can come to fruition. You've got this. You do. All right. Are there any questions while I put in the chat the link to the website where you can register? So you can register on there. And any questions at this time? You're welcome. Thank you all so much for joining live, for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join me. And I do hope that it is helpful for you in terms of moving forward with more positivity, more hope. This journey can be a lot easier and more fun. And I just really want to be able to show you how it can be. You're welcome. No questions? Okay, so we can talk about the spirit baby now. This is a great offer. It's going to be the best offer I'm ever going to make. Because to be honest, I was going to charge a lot more. And then I asked my guide, what should I charge? And then he told me, I'm like, what? Because it's a lot of personal involvement. And so you're never going to get my that much support from me at this price, to be honest. And, my guide is like, you're doing this as a gift. And this is a gift for you. We're going to cover a lot of material. I'm going to give you a lot of tools that just really it's going to change your life, and it sounds like I'm the one saying it, so it sounds like I'm blowing smoke up your butts, but I use these techniques, and I can tell you that I hit my rock bottom like about 8 years ago. So I had to learn this myself. I had to figure out who my teachers would be, what the techniques are. And so, and I've seen and I've felt and experienced my own transformation, not on the baby journey, but in another area. It still applies. But I use it for my clients, and I can see the change in them. And so I want to share this with you because a lot of people live in fear, and it doesn't need to be that way. You're welcome. Okay, so are there any questions about the spirit baby stuff or anything else? I'm here. Before I sign off and press end, you better put in your question now. Oh, I'm so glad. So this was a comment. This week had the potential to crush me. I'm in an IVF cycle, but I told someone today, feel light and positive. Not the way I'd want to feel when I get pregnant. Thank you. You're very welcome. I am so glad that you feel that much more expansive. That's high frequency. That's what you're working towards. And it's the limiting beliefs and it's the fears that weighs it down and contracts you. If you can learn how to release all of that, the entire world opens up for you. I promise you. Oh, so can you touch on how we can better connect with our spirit babies? Yeah, on the YouTube channel, if you look, I think it was like it's one of the earlier videos where I talk about connecting with your spirit babies. So I think if you go onto my YouTube channel, and I think if you enter in the search spirit babies, then it'll come up. I talk about it, and then there is actually a guided meditation for it. I'm terrible at meditating. How can I connect with my spirit baby if I can't quiet my mind? So the way that I teach it is through meditation. I don't really know how others do it because when I'm working with clients, that's how we connect. And so I know that there are other ways. You can do it. Speaking of, actually, thank you, Stephanie. You can connect through dreams. Okay, so that's actually one way. Oh, okay, wait, okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, there are a couple of ways that, okay, hold on. It's coming to me. It takes a little time. Okay, you can connect through dreams. So connecting through dreams, what you would do is you set the intention before you go to sleep to connect with your spirit baby. You get into a very relaxed state, and then you just set that intention. I want to connect with, you say it more eloquently maybe than I do, but I want to connect with my spirit baby while I'm sleeping. That's it. And then if it doesn't happen the first time, that's okay. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. It's the same with meditation. If it doesn't happen the first time, you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. It's just that people like do it a handful of times or one time, and then they say it doesn't work. And then it's like, oh, I just didn't give it long enough. So you can do that through dream. You can do it through journaling as well. So that would be just kind of free flow writing, what is that term where you're just kind of letting it all out? Someone remind me, where you're not censoring your thoughts. And so you get yourself in a very calm, centered state, and your journal's in front of you. And then you set the intention. Thank you, stream of consciousness writing. Thank you. Evidently, obviously, that's not how I connect. So what you do is just you have your journal in front of you, and then you just set the intention, the request to connect with your spirit baby and to have them communicate through you. And then you just write out whatever it is that comes through. Whatever, and you don't filter. Again, this is with practice. Everything that I teach, it's going to be with practice. It's not like a magic bullet thing. Nothing that I teach is a magic bullet, at least very rarely. Can't really think of very much. There aren't very many things I teach that are magic bullets, because these are lifestyle changes. These are because this has to be part of your identity. Like connecting with spirit has to be part of your identity, that you just know you can do it. And it takes time to form that connection. So you can do the journaling, like the stream of consciousness writing, where you just don't filter out anything that pops up in your mind. You just write down, you write down, you write down. And eventually what will happen is, from what I've read and from what people tell me, because this is not the way that I connect, is that the writing starts to shift, and you can tell that it's coming from someone else. So some people are really skilled at doing this and really good at it. If writing is something that comes to you naturally, I would do that. You can also use other forms of media, like if you're more of a painter or an artist in some way, you can do that as well, just setting the intention and just letting spirit guide your hand. So your spirit baby guide your hand, and then just kind of letting it flow out that way. That's another way. Those are some common ways. It can be like, if you like using tarot cards, you could probably, what you would do is just ask a question of your spirit baby and then just ask them to be guided to the right card. That would be another way. Okay. Let me read the comments. This week I remembered to dream and I realized what it was. So I'm focusing on the memory and the feeling of bliss I had holding my baby. Perfect. See, bring in the good memories. You have the ability to sift and sort. Why are you picking out all these crappy memories? Pick out the good ones. Okay. Does it matter how you request to connect with baby using, great question. In this case, then it's I. It would be I, because you're doing it in the present moment. So that present moment is I. With affirmations, we do not say I am, but is it okay for gratitude statements? I am grateful for Julie's teaching. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you could, for sure. Yes. Because it's in the present moment. With the affirmations, so anything that's in the present moment, you do from first person. With the affirmations, it's not really a present moment thing, because you're trying to shift into a new identity. And so that's why it moves into that third person of helping you to, it gets a little bit more complex, but yes. Anything else? Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? No. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here. And I really do hope to see you all in the program. It is a fantastic offer, honestly. It is. So you can thank Spirit for that, because that was, my ego had a little hissy fit when I was told how much it would be. So it's, I really invite you to join me, to be serious. I invite you to join me in the program. You're going to learn a lot, and it's really going to help you on your journey for sure, because I've been using this on my clients very successfully, for women in their 40s. Okay. How long will I hold the offer to join? It will be open until open, so like a week and a half. I would recommend that you join before then, so that you'll be able to participate with the first call, and then I'll probably close it out like maybe a few days. I'll keep it open for a couple weeks. Okay. It is a one-time deal, though. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all in the program, or if not in the program, then in different offerings that I may have. Is the Discord continuing? It will. I will keep it open until until registration closes. In case anyone has questions, they can ask in Discord. So it will be alive and active for another couple of weeks. Yeah. All right. Okay. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye. Oh, thank you for that. I have such a wonderful way of phrasing things. Sometimes I'm like, am I being a little too blunt? Thank you for that validation. So take care. Bye.